All right, Ruthless fan. Yes, I know I'm late. Well, I've been busy. Plus, it was 3 episodes instead of one. So, you got it. You wanted it. My episode reviews for the first 3 episodes of Ruthless Season 2. The Outhouse, Over the Barrel, and Holding On by a Thread. I'm going to do 3 separate videos just because I got like 6 pages of notes, so yeah. Alright, so before going forward, you know the drill. In order to increase the percentage of people who watch my content, go ahead and hit subscribe because, well, we're less than 30% of the views from the channel coming from subscribers. So literally, if you are a frequent viewer but you haven't committed, just hit subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And if you have subscribed, just watch the content. Simple as that. Also, hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And click the bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content to the channel. So let's jump into it. Again, this is entitled The Outhouse, Season 2, Episode 1. And Season 2 only has 19 episodes, so we got 16 left, which is about, give or take, 4-ish months left of content, unless there's like a mid-season break and then they come back and give us extra episodes, so whatever. All right, so we start off with the Season 1 recap, and, well, if you want to recap, I got an entire Ruthless playlist with a review for every episode. All right, so Oliver hides the chopped up body in the wheelbarrow underneath the wood. Whew. Okay, so Daikon goes to see the elder mother just to kind of confront her about the situation of you flirting with his men, well, flirting with my men. And the elder mother's like, what is that little boy talking about? The light one. He's just making up lies. What about you? You need to watch yourself, for I tell the highest what's going on. So basically, Daikon just warns her that he has an eye on her and not to mess around with the men, so she better watch it. All right, so then we have the highest and Ruth. Didn't picture the highest as somebody who cries after sex, but then again, I don't know. It reminds me of, what was it? The Stewie Griffin movie. I'm talking like old school Family Guy, when older Stewie finally had sex with for the first time, one of his female co-workers. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, that was the first for me. What? The 10 minutes of crying during sex or the 40 minutes afterwards? I'm sorry. But basically, he tells her to leave. But remember, towards the end of Season 1, I think it was in the Season 1 finale, River pulled Ruth aside to give her advice on what to do. If you lay with him and he tells you to leave, don't comfort him because he's just like a man-child. And that's essentially what happens. Apparently, in his past, and correct me if I heard this wrong, but his mother made him engage in intercourse with her. So basically, he was molested as a child by his birth mother. So my favorite part of this scene, believe it or not, is when he asks Ruth, was I the best you ever had? Since, you in your previous life used to have sex a lot. No, you weren't. I can have you punished for that. Yeah, but I'm just being honest. I thank you for that. But you were one of the biggest. Oh, really? He was like as cheerful as a little boy that got props from his mom for eating all of his veggies. Do I feel sorry for him? No, but at the same time, it does make me feel for, people who are like the highest. I'm not talking about deranged killers and stuff, but the fact that, the reality, and I'm not trying to get on a soapbox here, but the reality of the world we live in where little boys and little girls are taken advantage of, emotionally and physically abused. And some of that shit is, unable to be repaired, and that's taken until their teen years, into their adult years, and that affects them on such a level that they're never able to recover from that. So yeah, in some way I do feel for him, but again, he's a deranged killer. So yeah, that part really kind of cancels out the sympathy, but some deep stuff going on here. All right, so then we have Joan and Ruth talking outside of the trailer because remember, Joan was called to the highestest. She was called to see the highest, but due to the whole Ruth situation, she had to wait outside. She talks with Ruth real quick, and she's wondering why she was called there. Did you say anything about me? Because remember, the whole plan on trying to leave and whatnot. So Ruth reassures her, no, I didn't tell him anything, but if you're here to wait for the Highest, you just sit here and wait until he's ready. Okay. So then we got River pulling Ruth to the side, kind of, talking about what happened. Everything went well. And the fact that Ruth wants in on this entire plan to leave, they'll come up with a place to meet, to have an open chat about everything going on. All right. So Oliver goes back to the compound after he's, done what he did. And the elder mother, not the main elder mother, but like elder mother number 2, I guess is the best name to put it. Basically the one who works in the finance trailer with Joan. She talks with Oliver about, so where's Lilo? Oh, well, he's still in Outhouse, ma'am. He said he wasn't feeling well. And do you like him? No, I don't. No, I don't, sir. Well, no, none of us like him around here. But I'll tell you this. Oh, the elder mother put something in his food. He'll be on that toilet for a while. All right. So then we go to Joan speaking with the Highest. And I think... No, River was. Yeah, Joan is talking with the Highest and, basically bring up the whole situation about Lilo asking a lot of questions about the money. The compound is used for money laundering. So there are at least like 75 different companies and the money's just, kind of flowing through the compound to get to these other locations. So the Highest wants a brief delay on the money for at least about an hour until things are sorted out. So from there, Yancey is to get the bus ready to get things moving by Friday due to the fact that they need to move these drugs ASAP for, Lilo to get off their backs. So River is talking with the Highest and they both get high because, oh yeah, I was good. Everything was great with Ruth. So, they decide to cheers, use some of that booger sugar. That booger sugar. I don't know what they call it. But essentially from there, oh yeah, that's right, because River was standing in the trailer and Joan was hesitant to talk with River there, but the Highest said it's okay. So then we go to Tally and Ruth chatting about what's been going on. Says she was talking with the elder mother. So basically Ruth is lying to Tally about actually spending part of the night with the Highest. Tally says she has a plan to go see Yancey on the bus in order to get the keys for the kids. But Ruth is like, look, I got a plan that might get everything we want. The keys, our kids, everything, but you just have to trust me on this. So turns out Tally has some of the custard from the kitchen, which I do believe that Ruth suggested to her, because if, let's say, Yancey is high or drunk or something and, he asked Tally to give him head or something, then the custard could be used as a substitute for cum. If my recollection is correct, I honestly forgot, so I don't know. But in any case, she's like, look, put that away before you get caught and before you get in trouble. So then we switch over to Andrew's house. He's getting photos with Mac because of Sarah's fake death. It looks like there's, fake blood where she was shot in the head. And she goes upstairs to clean up. Andrew and Mac kind of have a quick powwow about the situation. Yeah, we got the pictures. The news story is going to be ready. And Andrew wants to go back to the compound as soon as possible in order to close this case. So as soon as Andrew leaves, Malcolm pops up. Mac's like, what the hell are you doing here? And it's like, hey, I want to see her. I want to stay here. No, Sarah and her son are staying with me and my wife. Well, fine, I'll stay at the house just in case somebody comes back. And I did a post about this. I had a theory about, if Daikon pops up in order to kind of, make sure the story is true, then maybe him and Malcolm will team up for the sake of both hating Andrew. Okay, so I believe he asked Mac for like 2 minutes. Basically, he said he would bring Sarah to Mac's house, but Mac said, I won't be waiting outside. So after that, we go to the elder mother and Clark talking for a little bit. She's mad at Clark over the fact that she was chastised by Daikon about, you lie, boy, telling me I'm flirting with you and the other men. Well, it's like, we both know what happened in your trailer. But she wants to speak with the Highest, but he's meditating right now. With all the loud music, that's what he wants. So basically, she tries to, threaten him a little bit. It's like, fine, I'll just tell him about you flirting with the girls. Yeah, you do what you got to do. So Oliver comes up and he's actually looking for Andrew so he can talk with him. But Clark is like, dude, what's wrong with you? And nothing wrong, man. Nothing wrong. And things are getting real, man. This is pretty good. So we go over to Joan in the finance trailer with the other elder mother, and they're talking about, the whole Lilo situation. So where is he? He must still be on the toilet. So they kind of joke about the fact that the other elder mother gave him that food that would put him on the toilet. But they didn't expect it to be this bad. So they also kind of go over the fact that, yeah, we don't have a lot of money here, but, we have a lot of money coming through. And the elder mother's like, what about it? Joan is like, what would you do with that money? It's like, hey, we shouldn't be thinking about like that. Hey, well, I mean, I'm just saying. So we go to the sheriff and Brian, and if I'm not mistaken, they were dry. Well, yeah, it's hard to tell the continuity here because 1 minute it's nighttime, next thing you know, it's like daytime. So I don't know. But basically, the sheriff doesn't want to go back up to the compound because he thinks it's a bad idea. There's no backup. While Brian's like, man, we need to go up there. We need to, hey, we need to take that place down. Something ain't right. Because I believe they were doing the follow up on Dale's parents, the ones who were the owners of the truck that Tally stole in episode 1 and they got damaged. And they were like, hey, if you don't get to, go to the compound to tell them to pay for the damages, that Daikon, then we'll go up there ourselves looking for the money. So the sheriff is kind of shaky about this. My first, I know we'll cover this more in the next episodes, but my instinct was, oh, maybe the sheriff isn't focused on the compound because remember, he saw the video footage of Polk and Melinda having sex on his desk. So my thought was his focus would be to deal with Polk and then go to the compound, but I don't know. So we go over to Joan talking with River briefly because they can't find Lilo anywhere. I believe Joan was looking at, she was looking in the outhouse, and since nobody was around in the shower, they both talk for a little bit, and they talk about the plan to escape. And Ruth is on their side. Joan doesn't think that she is, but River's like, no, she's on our side, but we need to separate right now so nobody sees us together. So the highest is high because, he's still strung out from him and River having a good time last night. And he's feeling great. I believe it was River who said that he was looking serene, but William walks by and the highest tells him to go get some wood for the fire. So Daikon goes by just to check on him, and he pretty much gets called out by the highest because of his jealousy of River, and Daikon will never be replaced. And I think one of my favorite lines is like, we can all be jealous. We all are jealous of something. The only difference is I have the power to make that thing that makes me jealous go away. I like that line. That was really good. And it's kind of like, well, River is like an intellectual. He's into certain like dramas and classical music and books and things like that. You're into action movies and comic books. It's like he fulfills things for me that you can't, and vice versa. And again, it's just the Daikon's jealousy, coming through there. So then we go over to the last scene here where Oliver and Lacey's just walking around, and Oliver pulls her into a shed, and he just wants to talk to her about she's okay and whatnot, and she's not okay because of the fact that Lilo can touch her and get her anytime that he wants. But then it gets to a point where Oliver's like, no, I killed him. Wait, what? Yeah, I hid the body in the wood pile, and yeah, he's dead. And then she's like, you shouldn't have done that. I'll kill for you. And again, I looked at this 3 different times, this particular line. So if I messed up, let me know if I heard incorrectly. But apparently Lilo is the senator's son. And Oliver's like, oh, damn. Because Lacey was like, he's powerful, man. He's like, well, I'm more powerful than him. He's the senator's son. Oh, shit. So in any case, the episode ends because, Lacey just can't even look at Oliver right now. So she splits from the shed. And while William is, going to get the wood, he picks up the wheelbarrow and it's kind of heavy. So he's having a hard time moving it. And I'm like, oh, damn. Because I thought it was going to tip over or something, but it didn't. So solid 8 out of 10. I thought this episode was a great return to form. And we're back at the compound. I like how we kind of jumped around a little bit. We didn't stay at the compound too long. We went to different places. Like, even though it was just brief seeing Brian and the sheriff in the, patrol car. Then we went over to Andrew following up on the cover story for killing his wife for the compound. And it was a pretty good start to the season. I can't wait to see what happens next. And, well, obviously, I've already seen it since I watched all 3 episodes back to back to back. So, with that being said, if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. And with that being said, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I really do appreciate the support. So, like and subscribe. And I'll catch you all in the next video.